Coming up, we'll take a look at girls playoff basketball as the road to states clears up.
Plus, the District 6 lacrosse season is in full swing.
And a look into Penn State baseball's weekend series against Michigan State, as well as Dollar Dog Night against the Pitt Panthers. After the Whistle starts now.
Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. Our crews have traveled all over District 6 to bring you the latest on high school basketball, baseball, and more. Live from University Park, I'm Nate Johns.
And I'm Mac Leach. We'll take a look at Penn State football, wrestling, and more as season starts and ends. We'll have all that and more coming up.
Basketball state championships start tomorrow, and in the 1A girls bracket, 2 District 6 schools will face off that are separated by just 25 miles. Bishop Guilfoyle and Bishop Carroll. They meet in the semifinals with a trip to Hershey on the line. Late in the first half for the Lady Huskies, Adeline Myers pulls up over Hannah Homan to get the score within 7. Jumping now to the start of the fourth quarter, tied at 33, Gia Adams drives, and Leona Williams fills the gap and hits the mid-range jumper for BG. Now it's Adams to Williams again as she drives baseline. Goes up and off the glass, a little bit of window dressing to extend the lead. Late in the fourth, Myers recovers the ball and finds her twin sister Avery, who gets the tough finish and the foul. The rally came up short for Bishop Carroll as BG takes it 49-42 with Hershey's Kisses raining down from the stands. The Lady Marauders advanced to the championship game Friday at noon against District 3 champion Linville Hill with a chance to defend their title.
Let's stay right here on the hardwood as Penn's Manor faced Bishop McCourt last Friday. We start at the end of the second quarter as Ali Mumaw drives right, goes left, and gets through the right-handed scoop to go. After the half, it's a Penn's Manor mistake on an inbound that Ellie Burkbile takes and finishes on the other end to make it 33-30 advantage Penn's Manor. A couple of plays later, it's Jocelyn Bennett kicking it out to Katie Bertolino, who rattles home the open 3. And now to Kalina Bailey, who drills the 3 with 2 defenders in her face to beat the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. Into the fourth corner, it's Emma Prowess shakes the defender, driving right to the lane and taking the foul, and 1. Bishop McCourt would defeat Penn's Manor 55-53 to earn their spot in the girls 2A finals, which will be held in Hershey tomorrow against Berlin Brothers Valley.
Let's take a closer look at the only 2 basketball teams out of District 6 to make it to the Giants Center this year. The Lady Marauders will make their 15th appearance in the 1A championship. They're 29-2 and led by many standout players, including freshman Leona Williams. They're looking to get their 9th state title. The Bishop McCourt Crushers moved up to 2A this season and are going to Hershey for the first time since 2017. It's been 40 years since they've won a state title, and will have to go through a tough Mountaineers team that beat them 56-49 earlier this season to end that drought.
Baseball is back in action in central Pennsylvania with our game of the week between 1-0 Hollidaysburg and 1-2 Bald Eagle. The wind is howling in Hollidaysburg for this one, and it's bottom of the second we go, where Connor Perry rounds the ball and throws it to second base from his knees for the out. Isaac Johnson had to stretch for the catch to close out the inning.
Great extension there, great athleticism too.
The Tigers up by 2-0 in the third. It's EJ Yulry with a rocket to deep center field that bounces off the wall for a 2 RBI double. Yurley with the second hit of the inning flexes to the dugout.
That's what we call a big boom.
Later in the game, it's Jay Albarano gets one down and past an outfielder, leading to 2 more runs coming across and a stand-up triple in the 6th. Hollidaysburg was on cruise control the rest of the game, beating Bald Eagle 10-4. The Golden Eagles defeat the Eagles for the first time since 2023. Our Game of the Week reporter Brooke Casey took the trip to Hollidaysburg. Brooke, how are these Tigers looking?
Well, Mac, it's early in the season, but I've got to say those Tigers are looking pretty good. The Golden Tigers have come into this season looking to continue what they started last year in hopes of making it back to state championship play. The Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers ended last season just short of gold after falling to Governor Mifflin in the PIAA 5A state championship. Now, the team looks to rebuild on what they started in hopes of recreating the magic.
Last year was a good year. Came up a little bit short at the end. We have a lot of position players back with a lot of experience of playing baseball.
The Golden Tigers ran away with the win over Bald Eagle thanks to impressive performances from E.J. Eulery and pitcher Vince Boland, setting the tone for the season.
More comfortable being able to know what I need to do and not make as much mental mistakes.
Boland started last season as a freshman reliever, but his clutch performance in the state semifinal, striking out Monsignor Bonner's Austin Cannon with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the 7th, secured Hollidaysburg a trip to the championship.
Yeah, he came in at the end of last year and did a great job, and we're expecting big things from him this year, even as a sophomore, and so far he didn't disappoint.
With a year of experience under his belt, Boland says he's looking forward to what the rest of the season will bring.
Very excited, feel very confident we can make another run this year. Hopefully we can do what we did last year and keep the good team morale and play the same way we did.
Last season, the Golden Tigers went 9-5 in conference play, and they're already out to a fantastic start, 2-0. And tomorrow they have the chance to remain perfect as they go against unbeaten Phillipsburg Osceola.
Thanks, Brooke. The Mifflin County Huskies lacrosse team traveled to play State College on Friday night. Little Lions open up this game with freshman Mitchell Adams receiving a pass and drilling it into the net. Later on, it would be sophomore Trey Combs catching a pass from Owen Kissinger and getting his first of 8 goals on the night. That is insane. Now into the second quarter, it's Captain Cooper Brushwood dodging Huskies and sweeping one across the turf for a score. Owen Kissinger now dashes down the field before hitting a crossbody shot to extend the Little Lions lead. And now State College, they got another Cooper Brushwood goal. This time it would send it into halftime. The Little Lions defeated the Huskies 20-2. This dropped the Huskies to 0-2-1 after their game against Chambersburg yesterday. And State College moves to 3-0, and tonight they'll be back in action against Carlisle.
Moving over to women's lacrosse, State College played host to Carlisle last night. Could the Thundering Herd trudge their way to victory over the Little Lions? Let's find out. It's a beautiful day for District 6 lacrosse, where early in the first quarter, Lily Sidwell passes over to Line Herlocker, back to Sidwell, who finds the net through traffic to hit the top shelf shot, putting State College up 3-1. Lila Franklin circles the net and tosses across her body to make the score 5-1, Little Lions still on top. Carlisle's Safira Garcia, running through the Little Lions defenders, falls down and still makes the shot. But State College wouldn't take long to respond as Ella Tambroni passes over to Herlocker, who sneaks the shot behind the Carlisle defenders. State College would continue the dominant performance and go on to win 17-6. State College's moves up to 4-0 and will host Chambersburg tomorrow, while Carlisle's falls to 1-1 and will travel to Cumberland Valley on Friday.
It's great to see these spring sports getting into full swing, and coming up, we're going to take a deeper look at Penn State sports.
But first, here are some scores from around the PIAA.
Just 1 week after participating in the 2025 NCAA men's basketball tournament, the St. Francis Red Flash announced it will be reclassifying its 22 athletic teams to Division III for the 2026-2027 athletic season. They leave behind the Northeast Conference to join the President's Athletic Conference.
This week marked the first of 15 spring practices for Penn State football ahead of their blue and white game on April 26th. The Nittany Lions are preparing for a season without Tyler Warren, who carried the team on his back last fall. Among other records, he became the seasonal record holder with 104 receptions and was the only Nittany Lion to reach 100 catches on the year. Head coach James Franklin says this opens up opportunities for new faces.
Those catches got to go somewhere, right? So if I'm wide receivers, I'm excited. If I'm tight ends, I'm excited because that production needs to go somewhere.
Quarterback Drew Aller returns after not declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft. Joining him to highlight the Blue and White's offense are Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, and Nick Dawkins, all of who are in their 4th year. Those who are leaving the team for the NFL will be back in Habula Hall on Friday for Penn State's Pro Day.
The NCAA Wrestling Championships were held this past weekend in Philadelphia. Our very own Massimo Bonagorio was there. Massimo, what did you see?
Thanks, Nate. Penn State had a historic weekend in Philadelphia for the NCAA Wrestling Championships, breaking a record they just set last year. The Nittany Lions scored 177 team points, just 4.5 more than they did at last year's NCAA Championships. A big reason why they were able to achieve that feat is because of 804-pound Carter Starachi. He became the first ever 5-time national champion in NCAA history. Penn State's other national champion was Mitchell Messenbrink, who won his first title at 165 pounds. But the icing on the cake was that all 10 Nittany Lion wrestlers earned All-American honors. Reporting live for After the Whistle, I'm Massimo Bonagorio. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Massimo. Penn State men's hockey has qualified for the Allentown Regional, and our reporter, Andrew Matz, has more.
Thanks, Nate. After an 0-8 start in conference play, Penn State has come all the way back to make the Allentown Regional. Since the start of the new year, the Nittany Lions have been a different team. After losing only 4 games in the second half of the season, the Blue and White will play the Maine Black Bears in the Allentown Regional. Penn State will be competing in their 4th regional, the 5th if you include the COVID year, and they have never advanced the Frozen Four. As Guy Godowski's team heads to Allentown, so will the Roar Zone, which Godowski says has been a major part of their team's success. I'll be there for all the action throughout the weekend. Follow along on our social media accounts.
Number 9 ranked Ohio State faced off against number 4 Penn State this Sunday night. It was Youth Lacrosse Day at Panzer Stadium as a large crowd watches the Nittany Lions top 10 matchup against the Buckeyes. Penn State starts off hot as Liam Matthews ends up with the ball after Hunter Aquinos misses the shot and scores the first goal of the night for the Nittany Lions. Ohio State crawls back, however, as Shane O'Leary decides to take it himself as he runs in and scores with absolute ease. Penn State's Alex Ross then intercepts a pass from across the field, passing it to Matt Trainer, who runs in and then dumps it off to Liam Matthews for his 2nd goal of the night. Ethan Long whips the ball into the net, taking a shot at the end of the play, trying to shorten the Buckeyes' lead. The Nittany Lions are unable to complete the comeback as Ohio State outlasts Penn State 13-9. Penn State receives their 2nd loss of the season as they look forward to number 2 Maryland on Saturday. Ohio State moves to 9-1 and welcomes Rutgers also on Saturday.
Penn State baseball hosted a huge 3-game series this weekend against the Michigan State Spartans. We begin on Friday as the Spartans' JT Sokolov slaps one into left field, fielded by Ryan Weingartner, who tries to find Cole Wagner, but he can't get it out of the dirt. Sokolov trying to stretch it for 2, but Penn State able to recover, and they throw him out. Now the Spartans' Caleb Berry, he hits this one a long way, but it's going to stay in the park. But Berry's going to earn an RBI double as that one goes to left field, and Ryan McKay comes home to score. McKay had 5 hits in the game on Friday. Penn State lost the first game 4-0.
Now to Saturday, we start things off in the bottom of the 3rd as Jesse Jakonski hits a solo home run to tie the ball game at 1.
Jakonski showing off the power there, dead center field.
Picking back up in the bottom of the 5th as Ryan Weingartner brings in 2 runners, advancing to 3rd on the RBI single. This base hit knotted the game at 5-5. And once again, it's the Jesse Jakonski show in Medlar as he goes yard again, this time for a grand slam. The Nittany Lions would go on to win the game by a score of 11-5.
Moving on now to Sunday, the series decider was also paired with Bark in the Park. Despite the balance in the series up to this point, it was the Spartans who jumped out to a big lead, outscoring Penn State 6-1 through 5 innings. The Nittany Lions weren't done yet, though, and they would manage to put up another 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, cutting that deficit to 3. However, it would be futile, unfortunately, for those doggos there, as the Spartans' defense would show up, especially on this beautiful catch in left field. That would put the Nittany Lions in the doghouse, falling 5-10 and 10-5, and losing the series 2-1 to their Big Ten foes.
Another Dollar Dog Night at Medler Field is in the books, with over 6,000 hot dogs being eaten as Penn State took on Pitt. Ketchup placed first in the hot dog race to kick off our game. Jumping into the bottom of the first, it's 1-0 Panthers when Paxton Kling smacks one to right field for an opposite field homer to tie the game.
Dollar Dog Night, that one was Oppo Taco. Great power from the LSU transfer there.
In the bottom of the second, Pitt up by 1. This time it's Ryan Weingartner lining one to left and bringing in Joey DiMucci to tie it back up at 2 apiece.
Really back and forth game here between 2 Pennsylvania rivals.
Bottom of the 4th, still tied at 2. It's Bryce Molinaro putting some muscle into this one, but it is caught at the wall by David Pendero to save an extra base hit.
So close yet so far.
And now to the top of the 7th, game still tied at 2. Ryan Zuckerman gets a hold of the ball to drive in 2 runs, which would kickstart a 5-run inning for the Panthers. Pitt would add 2 more in the top of the 9th and take this one by a final score of 9-2. The Panthers improved to 15-9 on the season and have a 3-game series coming up against Boston College this weekend, while the Nittany Lions drop to 16-8 and will travel to Michigan to take on the Wolverines.
This week has certainly been eventful, from playoff basketball to college and high school baseball and even some lacrosse. Harlan Pena is here with our top 3 plays of the week.
Thanks, Nate. It's been a great week covering sports, from Penn State spring sports to high school basketball semifinals. We covered it all, and I've narrowed it down to these top 3 plays. First, it's Bishop Kirkland girls basketball semifinals. It's a pass to the corner. Adeline Myers jab step, scans the court, up top to 40 Ava Pavlik, who drains the deep 3. Second, it's Penn State men's lacrosse. Number 6, Alex Ross, intercepts Ohio State's pass, shoots it down the field to his teammate Matt Trainer, who's fighting his opponent, passes it to the crease to Liam Matthews for the goal, and the crowd goes wild. Our top 3 play is special. It's Penn State baseball. Bases are loaded. Jack Jarkowski at bat. He hits a beauty over the fence. It's a grand slam. Let's watch that back. What a hit. It's going, gone. Michigan State is not getting that one. Everyone is running home, and what a play, especially against a Big Ten opponent. From basketball to lacrosse to baseball, we have some great plays. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Harlan. Penn State baseball is off to one of its best starts in program history, thanks to support from fans and also their furry friends. Fans brought their dogs to the Nittany Lions Game 3 against Michigan State for Bark in the Park, filling the stands with woofs and smiles.
Nothing quite like a Bark in the Park night to get us through that mid-semester slump.
Yeah, you had Bark in the Park, you have Dollar Dog Night, all the dogs coming out of Medler. I know I miss my dogs, can't wait to see them again. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week. Make sure you tune in next week for more coverage of District 6 and Penn State sports. I'm Nate Johns.
And I'm Mac Leach. For more updates on our show and coverage of games, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ATWPSU, and check out the Penn State Student Media website. We will see you next week right here on After the Whistle.